Hi everybody and welcome to the world of Micah. Today we are going to be tracking down the filming locations for Halloween Ends. You're going to get to tag along. Now, let's take a closer look. Welcome to Haddonfield, Illinois. Straight ahead, this house belonged to LAURIE STRODE. Now there is a large truck parked right out front, but hey, there was a car parked right out front in the movie and a car in the driveway. But this matches up pretty well. The house has gone to a blue color, no longer a iconic red. But the house to the left is still kind of falling apart, just like in the film. And the house to the right looks pretty much the exact same way. LAURIE was hanging up some spider webs and a spider for Halloween right there on that porch. And right up in that very window right there, LAURIE was looking down just like she was in 1978. But only this time she was looking at Corey. And Corey was pretty much standing exactly where I am. They basically turned this little hedge here into the Haddonfield hedge in a way. It's a cool shot because it must have been really tall in the film. Corey was to the right where that blue truck is. Now see, this almost looks like the Myers house did in the first film. Now in this shot you can see LAURIE coming out of the front door. Spiderweb and Halloween decorations up. Same exact door and light. Just a new paint job. She walked out here and looked to the left. You can see the truck parked right where that Jeep is. And the hedge was pretty big. And filming, trees in the background all match up. And then the camera turned this way. We see LAURIE standing right in front of this house here. Now there's a shot of LAURIE talking to Corey right here, and you can see that split tree right there to the left in the house. Corey was standing right here. And you can see LAURIE standing right here with Corey having a conversation. Tree is in the same spot. Not as full when they shot this. And then the famous cherry blossom scene also took place right here. You see Frank and LAURIE sitting on the top step there. And the steps were brick in the film. Same address though, 1206. They removed it from the top of the door and painted it, well, placed it to the left of the mailbox, which is a different mailbox. But the door is the same. Just noticed that the brick stairs are no longer here. I wonder if that was put in for production and then removed. LAURIE and Frank sitting on the porch talking about cherry blossoms. The famous cherry blossom scene right there. And that's a wrap on the Strode house. Gonna continue the journey. I'm standing right in front of the house that was used as Corey's house. Realistically, they only shot a few scenes here right out front. Most of it, I believe, was actually shot on the inside. Right here. You can see the front door in Allison and the 15. And that weird little like salamander design right below the 15 is still here today. They've added this little shutter to the front door. But in filming that was removed, and I wonder if the glass is still behind it. But this is Corey's house, right here. Alright, straight ahead was WURG. Willie the Kid was giving you the urge. The guy talked a lot of smack in this movie, but what's amazing is behind the radio station was this giant tower that you would see throughout the film. It doesn't exist. It was put in CGI, you know. Plus, this is kind of a heavy trafficked little street here. But Straight ahead you can see WURG all lit up. Even this red light here can be seen in the shot. Right here the wrecker pulled up. Michael was walking towards WURG to get his revenge. The famous tongue spinning on the vinyl player. And right about here is where Willie the Kid was standing. No longer have the neon lights here. This is where he was talking to Allison and Corey. And Allison and Corey were standing right here talking to Willie. You can see this striped paint job on the floor to the right of Corey. The tree in the background, as well as the house and the windows to the left from the radio station. And you can see Willie the Kid standing right here as well. Kind of a wide shot of WURG, Haddonfield's radio station here. This is when he was talking to Allison and Corey. Background looks the exact same. And we're gonna peek inside the window here, because right here straight ahead is where it happened. That's inside. And right there was the turntable. Right inside there. Michael walked right into these doors here and saw Darcy the mail girl, made famous from Joe Bob Briggs. It's pretty cool. I liked her little cameo in there. And that's a wrap on WURG, Haddonfield's radio station. And if you're curious, the big radio tower would have been right back here behind the building. As you can see, does not exist. There are some towers in Savannah, but this one doesn't exist. Right here is where the procession was coming down the street. They were coming this way, and then they took a left and went past this house right here. So we are basically driving the same spot as the procession. However, the bridge they go down is the other direction. Currently walking to the underpass little bridge that Corey rides his bike down. The procession of Michael Myers heads this way. It's cool. This location is kind of like seamless with the bridge that Michael lives under, where the homeless guy is and all those scenes take place, but we're nowhere near that. That's about an hour from here. So it's kind of like some movie magic here, but they liked bridges and underpasses in this film. And this is one right up here. You can see the CLRR on the railroad track there. Gonna try and get as close as we can. Yeah, this is it right here. Busy little area. But you can see the CLRR and Corey riding his bike. And then it kind of pans over this way. And right down there is where it said, "Love lives today." I don't think there's any remains of that at all. But those red cargo containers can be seen straight ahead as well in the shot. They had a bunch of people, a bunch of extras standing, looking over this little ledge here, watching as Michael, LAURIE, and pretty much everyone else in Haddonfield come through during the procession. It was a night shot. It took place right here. This is it. By the way, "Love Lives Today" was written right there. If you count those little diamonds right there, 1, 2, those 3 right here is where it sat, and the red cargo can be seen in the shot as well right back there. Evil dies tonight, love lives today. Get it? Get it? All right, that's a wrap on the underpass bridge where Corey rides his bike and the procession took place. Now I'm going the opposite way because it's the direction I need to go in, but I'm still gonna drive under this bridge, this little underpass. I have to, right? That's cool. And right up here is our next spot where Corey almost gets hit by a car riding his bike. Now this is a quick shot. There's a homeless man sleeping right up here, so I don't want to disturb him, but I have to get this shot. Corey was standing legit right in front of that yellow sign straight ahead on Gwinnett Street, and the car went right in front of him. He almost was taken out. Right there. Quick shot, but that's a wrap on this spot here, and it's right next to the little underpass. All right, on to the next spot. Yeah, right in front of this sign, Corey almost got hit right here. The camera crew would have been set up right there, and the car went down there. All right, welcome to Haddonfield Urgent Care, right here in this building. We're gonna see the first shot right over here next to these doors. This is about the spot right here. Allison's car and Corey's bike. That building can be seen in the background, as well as the red light there. They had a bench to the left of Corey, but this is where he and Allison have their first kind of discussion. And she tells him the joke with the punchline, because they were too tired. And right about here is where Allison was standing with the bike. I think that was kind of like the icebreaker, and Corey was like, okay, I like this girl. It's cool. She kind of asked him on a date in this scene. And then their conversation continued right here in front of these two doors. Still the same color. It's kind of cool, the blue. Right over here, Corey's looking at that house to the left, and you can see the WURG radio station tower in the distance, which is nowhere near this area. It's kind of funny, man. A lot of movie magic out here. But those electrical lines are matching up pretty good, as well as that little balcony. And that's a wrap on Haddonfield Urgent Care here. A few quick scenes shot here and that tower. All right, let's move on. Currently on my way to Dr. Mathis's house, where Michael and Corey kind of took care of him, if you get my drift. Now this house belonged to Dr. Mathis. All that took place right here on the back side of this house. Gonna walk around to the front here so I can show you guys the shot they used with the driveway and where the car was parked. Really had to block off this street because this is not easy to get to. I'm right on the street. There's no sidewalk. But there it is.
Nice to meet you, Micah. Thank you very much, man. Have a good day.
And the owner was super cool, man. He was like, yeah, this is it, dude. Have fun. Take some photos. So yeah, this is the shot right here used in the film. Dr. Mathis's car pulled up just like that guy did in his Porsche. And yeah, very cool house, very cool design. Dr. Mathis's house. And I believe that's a wrap on Dr. Mathis's house as well. Moving on. All right, we have made it to the one-stop shop right here. You can see the homeless man standing right in front of this little dumpster here, and Corey riding his bike right in, waiting for this red truck to get out of the way because they're blocking some major filming location spots. Everything happened kind of right over there in that spot, but this is it. Went inside, by the way, to try and get a chocolate milk, and guess what? No chocolate milk. Nothing. Nada. I wanted to get a chocolate milk, just like Corey did, but that's not happening here. And the bully's car was set up right here. See that window and overhang in the background. And the way they did this was they put a bunch of boxes and everything right here. So Corey would pull up here with his bike and the car would park here and not go past the front of this. But that one-stop shop sign is the same one from the film. All right, we can do this. The car was parked here. The thank you sign's been removed, but the ice machine's still there. It's ready ice. It did just say ice in the film. Guess they changed all that. But this is it right here, the one-stop shop. And then this did say in the film Triangle Ice, but they changed it. Corey was standing right here telling the kids he couldn't buy them beer. And they figured out who he was, gave him a hard time about it, and that's when LAURIE pulls up. And LAURIE's car was parked right there, her truck, pump number 1. And those trash cans are the same. And she was walking up to the bullies, asking them what the hell they were doing. Messing with Corey. It all took place right there. Right here, that ATM sign and the open sign can be seen. The no loitering, police enforced sign was added afterwards, but you know, what can you do? This is when LAURIE says, do you want me to do it or do you want to do it? And that's when they cut the tires of that car right there. And that's a wrap on the one-stop shop here in Savannah, Georgia. Wish I had to get gas, because I would totally pump my fuel right there where LAURIE got hers. But I have a full tank, and they don't sell chocolate milk in there, so rats. You can see all this in the background too, as LAURIE's taking off. All right, moving on. Currently heading to the junkyard where Corey worked, and if he rode his bike here every day to work, good night. No wonder that guy was late for work every day. This is a long stretch from Corey's house. And by the way, right over there is the junkyard. Holy cow. We're gonna get as close as we possibly can. This is gonna be awesome. All right, this is gonna be interesting. There are no stopping or standing or parking signs everywhere down here. But I believe it's up here on the right-hand side.
The destination is on your right.
I'm gonna do this the best I possibly can. You see that Master Chef sign right there? That can be seen on top of that little crate. And the shot right about here. That's so cool, man. This is it. And then on the other side over here is the garage that Corey worked in. Right back there. But this is it. This is where Corey worked, and also this is where Michael Myers met his end. I believe it was right up there on that drive. Right there. Yeah, it's like around on the other side of that building right there. That was the garage. Pretty cool. There's a lot of cameras out here, so I don't want to overstay my welcome, but I had to see this, man. This is where Michael Myers was killed, officially. Right behind me, Michael Myers crushed to death, and Halloween ended right there. Well, the movie didn't end, but Michael Myers was done, and there was nothing left, and you know what I'm saying. All right, moving on to the next spot. Currently heading to Ronnie's restaurant, which was Ronnie's restaurant in the movie. They just didn't even change the name of the restaurant or anything. But we are heading there now. Gonna see what all I can get into. Maybe get inside. Not sure what it's gonna look like. But this spot is starting to get a little further away from Savannah. That we're actually in Pooler, Georgia right now. Yeah, I was afraid of this. They're doing all kinds of construction and road work. Don't even know if Ronnie's is open, but I'm gonna pull off onto this road they have that is accessible and see if we can't get up there to Ronnie's. You can't make this stuff up, man. Doing full construction here, but Ronnie's restaurant right here. Let's match it up real quick. Now they did change a few of the signs here up front. Onion rings and gyros. It just says onion rings on there. They took out sandwiches, but the only thing that's really like original is the Ronnie's restaurant and onion rings as far as like it was in the film. But this was the restaurant used. Corey has the altercation with the cop. All kinds of scenes take place right here at Ronnie's. And we have made it to the famous bridge. Nowhere near Savannah. Well, it's an hour away, but it looks just like the one that we were looking at in Savannah, the underpass. I think they kind of matched that up. But let's match up some scenes and then we're gonna go down underneath the bridge. This is crazy. Billboard right here. Allison would have been driving straight ahead. Right here, the background. But we gotta get to each individual spot. This is kind of cool, man. All right, so Allison's coming towards us, and she gets pulled over by Officer Mullaney. And you can see right behind him that restaurant in the distance as Allison's talking to him. And then there was a shot. And then the next shot is him right here. You can see the brick chimney in the background to the left of him in Allison's car. And then these two poles here, you can even see how this one sticks out a little further than the other one. This is where the crane was, and the camera crew was down here, set up. And you see Officer Mullaney just like this, and the camera basically is on a crane, and it goes down just like this. Goes all the way down below this bridge. So I'm thinking they totally removed that pole right there because the SAPP billboard there was the WURG 94.9 Willie the Kid billboard, and you can see the Huddle House in the distance to the right where Allison pulls up right here next to this billboard. Well, to the left of the billboard you can't see the pole. And I mean, this is pretty much the exact spot. Unless they cheated it, I mean, unless they really just got right here and turned the camera that way. That's like the only thing I can think they did, but I'm not 100% on that. But there it is, right there. The billboard. WURG 94.9. Straight ahead is where Terry and the rest of the bullies were giving Corey a hard time. Right in between the billboard there. They did some night shots out here. Yep, right over here is where Terry had his car, and they got out and they were gonna jump Corey. Pretty sad scene, man. Poor Corey. I can see kind of why he went the way he did, man. It only takes so much, you know. Right here is that spot. All right, gonna drive down a little further so I can get down in the bridge, but Officer Mullaney was walking right down here, trying to meet up with Corey for an altercation. And down you go, right back here. This is the Myers Bridge, where Michael was hiding out, and Corey basically stumbled into Michael's lair. This is kind of creepy. Just making sure there's no one down here with me. We were under the bridge. An abandoned house here too. Yep, right here, Officer Delaney would have been standing as he's looking and waiting for Corey. I'm going to find the exact spot where they built the little Myers manhole. It's around here. All right, and I figured it out. Right down here. This is where it was built. I had to count some of the poles, just watching out for snakes and homeless people and Michael Myers down here. Yeah, they built it right over here in this area. Gotta count the little tiles here from where Corey was sitting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. McDonald's in the background, and right here is where the Myers manhole sewer stuck out and protruded, and Corey was sitting there. How cool is this? You know what? Right here, and that can be seen in the movie, which means Corey was sitting right over here where he was looking at the manhole sewer right there that was built for set. So Corey was kind of sitting here You can see the you-know-what in the background over his right shoulder. And he was looking right over here in this direction. So looking through the sewer, you can see that tree straight ahead. It was kind of pulled in right about here. How cool is that? And right over here is where Officer Delaney was walking down from the Haddonfield House. Right there. Alright, I'm gonna head out over here, take a left right here, and see if there's some graffiti on the back side of this pole. Alright, it's right over here. If you look straight ahead, you can see the D and the O and the other O, and the homeless man was right over here with his shopping cart. This grass has definitely grown up, but this is the shot of him with the shopping cart, the homeless man in the red toboggan, and then he walked out of the way, and then straight ahead right over there was the Myers sewers drain. One last look on the backside of the Myers Bridge, and surprisingly no homeless people or Michael Myers underneath the bridge. But this makes total sense, man. They could have all the set guys and girls and everyone out here working on the production, the cranes over here, the lights, everything they need. Block off this bridge. That's so cool, right? All right, that's a wrap. All right, this is gonna be kind of quick to the point because I don't want to mess with anybody in grocery stores, but this was the grocery store right over here from Halloween Ends. Yep, Laurie walked right out this door here after her encounter with Frank, smiling, and then of course the lady stopped her, told her what she did about her sister here. I remember seeing her sister from Halloween Kills. Alright, let's go inside real quick and match up a few spots. So yeah, while I was filming on the inside, they had Smash Mouth blasting, so couldn't really do as much in there. Plus there were shoppers that want to, you know, mess with the business, disrupt the business. But that was it right there from Halloween Ends. Alright. So while I was visiting Savannah, someone totally got my information, banking information, started buying up a bunch of stuff. And, it didn't happen in Savannah. Pretty certain it happened in Orlando back home, because when I got to Savannah, I tried to buy some postcards for my Patreon subscribers who support me on Patreon, Secret Society Club members, link down below. Tried to buy some postcards and it declined. I was like, wait a minute. So went on my bank app, found that out. So it's been a weird trip not being able to use the old debit card. But just wanted to say that if it wasn't for my Patreon members, I wouldn't have known. And thank goodness it wasn't like after a meal or anything, because that would have been awkward. But yeah, that happened on this trip, so I just wanted to give a shout out to my Patreon supporters. So about 6 miles up the road here is the scene where Allison is leaving Haddonfield, the actual intersection where they have the sign that says leaving Haddonfield. Just wanted to throw this in here since I was out here, not too far off from the rest of it, and since I drove an hour for the bridge, I figured I'd go about 10 minutes up the road to see this. But it's cool nonetheless. I mean, you can see, like in the photo, the dark side of the road and the light side of the road. That's kind of helped me in the mile 6 down here. But it's interesting, you can see like the lip of that driveway, but you don't ever see that building. Kind of made it look like she was, you know, out in country roads, which this area does look like some country roads. But that's it, mile 6, leaving Haddonfield. Allison was on to a different life. Well, we did it. We came, we saw, we took care of business here today, finding the Halloween Ends filming locations. Few locations I know the location for. It was a time constraint and or blocked off from the public. The bar could not fit in today, and Jeremy's house from the very beginning of the film is actually, it's on some private property with a gate, and you have to walk a good ways, and they don't want anybody out there. You can't really even find it on Google Earth. You can find, you know, satellite view, but you can't get any street view or anything. But unfortunately, we weren't able to get those 2 spots, but I found pretty much a chunk of the spots, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Happy Halloween, everyone. If you would like to see other videos, stick around. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Until then, stay weird. Goodbye.